Everything I hate in the world. Play Mozart. While you snake the cars parked.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're wrapping up the NBA regular season in style here on 2K Sports.
The Nuggets have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court. Welcome to the Pepsi Center in Denver. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. You look at Texas, and they're battling it out for playoff position, presently 8 games off the lead.
And I think for New Orleans, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
I agree. As good as they've been, they do seem like they're missing that true killer instinct that sets the great teams apart from the good ones.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Warren is out there with Griffin. There's Jeremy Lamb, and it's Wall, and it's Ayton in at the 5, roaming the paint. Tonight, a battle of up-and-comers. It'll take a lot of energy, Steve, but also some mistakes.
Yeah, turnovers for young guys, that usually what turns the game around. And you can see the lack of experience. They missed their defensive rotations, and then when the game gets tight, they started to force shots. And it's fun to watch these kids grow up, but I think if you're a coaching staff, you're trying to speed up their experience because it's probably not fun to coach when they're youngsters.
Now Lamb, following the miss by Gary Harris from deep. Griffin trying to get open. Here's Ayton. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
There's the lob to Oladipo.
Delivering these passes in tight quarters, that's tricky.
The Pelicans have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Lamb kicks to Ayton. Outside, Wall. Goes up on the wing. Tips it up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now, here's Love. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Passes it to Ingles. Pelicans with the rebound. Ayton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. A 3 from Warren. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year. Well, Greg, we know that Kevin Love is a great passer, but just how much more does that open up for his team?
I mean, his outlets get the team up and moving in terms of transition faster than probably anyone else could. It's very hard to double Love with the ball, as his awareness and that passing that you mentioned immediately will find the open man. And Love's passing alone is probably worth about 10 extra points a game for his team.
Shots good by Simmons.
And Simmons is so deft with the floater, freezing the D completely.
Lamb finds Wall. Now here's Lamb, guarded by Harris. Here's Ayton. Drills the three-pointer. Ayton's got 7.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. And now, with this break, here are the premier class cleaners among rookies over the course of the past month. DeAndre Ayton is number 1.
And every team in the league needs a guy who can go and get. I mean, his great work on the boards certainly endear him to the coaching staff.
Oladipo against Warren. And there's the feed to Simmons. 6 to shoot. Over Wall. And that one's good. Simmons got his second basket. New Orleans in the lead. And Lamb kicks to Griffin. Wall against Harris. Knocks it loose. to the middle. Wall against Simmons. Now Wall. 9-point game his last outing. From deep three-point range, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And growing up the youngest of 5 with 4. And Wall had his challenges certainly growing up. We all know those stories, losing his father at a young age, but his mother, his aunts, Greg, his sisters, they protected him.
Helped him to get where he is now. We see it so often. A young man making it to the NBA is really a victory for the entire family.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. Well, what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
Hustling on that offensive glass. That's led to a number of second chance points.
A fundamental part of basketball, taking advantage of guys who fail to block out.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for New Orleans right now, all out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then it's T.J. Warren. Then there's Griffin. And it's Ayton in at the 5 down low. Now Oladipo following the three-point attempt by John Wall.
You know he would like to have that one back. A clear look from the mid-range.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
Here's Harris. Following the basket by T.J. Warren. Here's Simmons. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
No answer for Simmons, a tenacious scorer who finishes with muscle through contact.
And for Oladipo, Greg, there wasn't just one moment that gave him that push.
I mean, his development was less of having a eureka moment and more of everything just coming together. Has always had the strong athleticism, has refined his shot to make the most of it, and while it took him some time, he's now the player everyone hoped he'd be when he was the second overall pick.
And that one hits back iron. And it's Warren with the ball for New Orleans. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin was pointing his finger to throw it up way high, and he went, got it, and dunked it home.
Here's Simmons following the basket by Blake Griffin. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Steve, we know plenty of NBA players who are still inconsistent at the free throw line. Just how much of a skill issue is free throw shooting and how much is mental?
You know, I think for a lot of guys that are up in size, just being able to shoot the basketball. I tried it shooting the volleyball when your hands are so big, and that is tough, and that's a skill. But then I see a lot of guys mentally, you can tell is bothering them because they change their routine from year after year. They keep finding different ways. They have to get comfortable, put in the work, and just stick to it. I think they go to too many different these shooting coaches saying, I have a quick fix, and usually it doesn't work, the quick fix.
Here's Warren. Love grabs the board. The Nuggets trail by 3. At the elbow, it's Harris. Over Lamb. Blake Griffin pulls it in. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. No good on the shot. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. To the inside. And stolen by Ayton. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded closely. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, the defender all over.
New Orleans shooting their first free throws here for the night. Free throw drops for Lamb. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And this is what we've come to expect from him. This type of consistency from the line.
On the wing, Harris. Covered by Lamb. Ball against Simmons. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Wall passes to Lamb. Back to Wall. Pass to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
And it's the way Ayton uses his body inside. It's what allows him to get so close to the basket.
Simmons finds Love. Over Ayton.
I'll tell you what, Ayton is a very good defender.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. Well, for New Orleans. Kenny, what's your take?
I was surprised on how comfortable they seemed here on the road.
And that'll...
Welcome back to Denver, everyone. Traffic coming in and out of downtown Denver on this lovely night in the Rockies. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. DeAndre Ayton has been sensational.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
What I love watching is they are working for high percentage looks and cashing in when they get them.
We got Joe Ingles. Harris is out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's Victor Oladipo. And it's Love in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
And you know, DeAndre Ayton, all that height around him. He goes 7 feet, 250 with that 7'5" wingspan and already produces. But still, he shows considerable upside.
Now, here's Oladipo. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Ingles in the corner, shoots the 3. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
The silent assassin, Ingles, continues to do his job and does it at a high level.
Wall looking for an opening. Here's Griffin. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up here. And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
And it's Ayton with the rebound. Griffin kicks to Wall. Knocked loose. He had stolen by Ingles. Here's Simmons. Sinks that one from the post. Simmons got 12 points in the game. And Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years. Their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in the season. Now, less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
Smitty, looking back in your career, what's the most pressure you've felt in a game?
You know, I think the most pressure, you love to be in those games. I think that's when you strive. I think the most pressure I ever felt, and it wasn't a playoff game, Kevin, or a championship game. It was that very first game as a rookie, because that game you had nothing to compare to, and it was everything you dreamed about. And that first game, we were finally saying, for me, I couldn't get it out of my head, this is my first NBA game. So I think that was the most pressure game I've ever played in.
Now, here's Ayton. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Griffin's shot is off.
That's just two tough competitors meeting right at the rim. Someone, in my opinion, had to lose.
Love with a wide open look, and the 3 ball is good. Love's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside, Wall. He dishes it to Lamb. 1:06 left in the third quarter. Pass to Ayton. To the paint. Wall. uses the glass to finish the layup.
They were so much better in the first half defensively, fighting over screens, quick rotations. We're seeing none of that right now.
Now, here's Ingles. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. And that'll be his third foul so far. And stolen by Ayton.
Right idea, wrong execution. They were looking to get a high percentage shot inside, but the pass was too late. I love how he's been more patient in this second half, shooting only the shots he feels he can make.
Here's Oladipo following the basket by Blake Griffin. No good from Simmons.
And a good opportunity here to go 2 for 1.
But you also want a decent shot if you can get it. That takes priority.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy, double-digit lead, and still putting it on him.
Warren against Oladipo. Now here's Wall. Defense is right there. On the wing, Lamb over Harris, and Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist by Wall. Wall's got his third assist on the night. Simmons inside the line, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans, 13. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Ayton. All out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Griffin, and it's Warren in at the 3 slot. Now here's Ayton. Over in the corner, Warren. It's stolen by Oladipo. And now the Nuggets, fast break. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
That's good from Harris.
And Gary Harris, a 6'4" shooting guard out of Michigan State. On paper, you might call him undersized, but with his strength and toughness, he's got it covered.
Now here's Wall. Inside. Here's Ayton. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And that's a foul called on T.J. Warren. That is his first foul of the game. Denver calls timeout.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He said, guys, I know you've worked hard. I know you're a little tired, but we got to dig deep right now and find a way. Take a deep breath, and let's get it done. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
Now Wall. Following the three-point attempt by Kevin Love. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
If you allow Blake Griffin to get that close, the result, a dunk.
To the inside. Back to Love. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 11 rebounds in the game. Lamb, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And the Pelicans lead by 15. And Simmons has got the ball here for Denver. Harris outside. Kicks it out to Love. Good on the three-point shot.
One of the best catch and shooting big men we've ever seen, Kevin Love.
Pelicans leading by 12, and the pass to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Here's Love. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. He kicks to Ingles. turn against Oladipo. Just 4 to shoot. Off the mark from 16 feet out. For New Orleans, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Wall against Simmons. Outside, Wall. Unloads from 13. And it's Denver with the rebound.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for New Orleans.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for DeAndre Ayton.
He played with a lot of fire, a lot of heart, especially on the glass. He's one of those guys who acts like every rebound is his, and many of them were tonight.
Now, here's Oladipo after Ben Simmons' miss. Oladipo dishes to Simmons. Basket good.
And really, Simmons makes it look so easy. The way he's attacking defenses from multiple angles is really just commendable.
Cook, the pass to Lamb. Cook looking it over. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.